Okay. There. You can see it a little bit better that way. It's a moon. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I wanted to get like a black circle for a while. That's kind of what I was thinking as a tattoo. And like, 10 plus years ago, I just didn't really go through with it. My name's Octavian. It's like the O. But circle's beautiful. It's our only one-sided shape. Which I guess an oval would count, but it's still a certain version of it. And I don't know, it's the circle of life. There's a lot of meanings. So yeah, I just want to do that. And when we talked about getting a tattoo a bit more seriously, I looked at like some designs and incorporate some other elements. And I really like the Celtic knots. So I tried to get something that incorporated that. And I went through a lot of ideas. But I also wanted like a red element to it. Well, the Celtic knot has some meanings as well. So probably the game that's been most influential in my life for like really loving and learning video games and socializing with other gamers and stuff was Dark Age of Camelot. Dark Age of Camelot largely played Hibernia, like the Celtic mythology people. I spent like a good 5+ years of my life with that. And that's kind of where I learned to like break down games and really theory craft them. Like really. I had a lot of DOC stories, but another day. And yeah, one of our favorite places in Canada, it's kind of like a Scottish area. We go to like Scottish games. Celtic stuff is not just like Ireland. I know Ireland has kind of embraced it, but the Celtic people are mostly the non-Romans around the Romans like 2,000 years ago. So it's interesting. And they have like a bit of a history with that. That's always been pretty interesting to me. You just keep saying wrong? Yeah, sure. And the moon, just because like I'm kind of a night person. I very much enjoy it at night. Like when I take the garbage out, it's like 5 in the morning. There's literally no one around. It's very peaceful. I love it. And I wanted to go with like a red element as well as a black element. And I went with one of Micah Ulrich's moons. He's like an artist that actually does red and black art together. And I asked him if I could use one of his for the tattoo, and he said yes. So that's what we went to. Moon Enjoyer? Yeah, right. It's Celtic in like Ireland, but in like America, it's Celtic. Like most people that say it's Celtic are like, Irish, British people. And the English language didn't have vowels until like 500 years ago. So I don't know what it is, but it certainly wasn't Celtic because there was no E. But who knows? But, the Celtic culture is very interesting. It has a lot of adaptations, and it's mostly just like the nomadic, tribal, barbarian type people that the Roman guys had issues with. Mostly those guys. And I think it's a very varied people. It's not just like in one pinpoint on the planet at one time. Yeah, it's very difficult. There are like ancient written scripts, but to phonetically understand something like 100%, there's very few unchanged languages. Like the oldest written names are like 5,000 years old on like some merchant tablets. I believe they're like slaves, actually. Like the oldest written names in all of history are the names of slaves. But the language is understood in its writing, but it's not understood in how you vocalize the writing. So we don't like really know. We don't really know what the people are called, right? It's something that it's like a disconnect that is not obvious at first. So it's really hard to know the pronunciation of things that are thousands of years old. You can guess it, but it's really hard to know.
Prepare.